Hello, beautiful people, and welcome. In this video, we are talking about our Chapter 2 review. Now, part of the Chapter 2 will be extra credit questions from Chapter 1. So we are going to be doing a Chapter 1 practice as our classwork number 47. Let's go ahead and get started. In Chapter 1, we started out evaluating each expression. So these are going to be counters. Now, what you're looking for is you're going to be adding, subtracting, but sometimes the addition subtraction looks a little bit different. Like if you see two negatives touching. So if we see a negative, negative, that means we do have addition. We are going to rewrite this as 3 plus 5. And again, we are in Chapter 1. So yes, you have to show me proof with counters. So this is where you need to read your instructions. You must show proof with counters, meaning I need to see your pluses, I need to see your minuses. So here we have 3 pluses, so 3 is positive, 1, 2, 3. I need to see 5 pluses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Together we have no zero pairs, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Positives is my answer. Moving on, we have 4 positives. Just kidding, 7 positives. I misspoke. 7 pluses. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And if we take a look at 4, we actually have 4 negatives. 1, 2, 3, 4. This addition symbol in the middle, this is our and. Sometimes we put an and as a continuation. Not that it's positive or negative. This is 7 and negative 4. Now, reminder, in Chapter 1, we need to show our zero pairs. A zero pair is 1 plus and 1 minus. Together, that equals 0. And we have our leftovers here. Which gives us a positive 3. Next one has a couple things going on. That's okay. Let's go ahead and break this apart. I have 12 pluses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 4 minuses. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 2 pluses. 1, 2. Remember this. We have and now. This is and. Because if we take a look at 3, 3 is negative. 1, 2, 3. Now, when you are combining like terms or when you are combining pluses with minuses, we are going to circle. So here's a zero pair, here's a zero pair, here's a 0, here's a 0. Okay, that equals to 0. I also have 2 zero pairs here. Ooh, my marker's dying. And you have to be careful because we do have one more zero pair that we can combine. Here we have a negative and we can do one positive. So together we're going to have, let's see what's left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 positives left over. Okay, moving on to the second part. In the second part, we are asking you to evaluate, but this time we are asking you to do a number line. So still adding, subtracting, but a number line. All right, let's go ahead and do this. This looks a little bit weird. This is just a -3. I'm not sure why it looks so big here. We got 10 negative. This is going to be our start. So on the number line, we're going to start at our first number. So show me -10. Here it is. Then because we have -3, we're going to go towards the left 3 jumps. So here's our left, here's our right. 1, 2, 3. This is where we're at. And now we just need to figure out what number that is. So we got -10, -11, -12, -13. Okay, moving on to the next one. Same thing, we're going to start at our first number, but be careful here. Notice that, yes, we do have a double negative, so we need to first rewrite this as 3 plus 2 plus 7 before we do anything on the number line. Now that we have rewritten it, we're taking a look at 3. 3 is positive. This is going to be our start. Then we're going to go to the right 2, and then again to the right. Anytime you see a plus, that means you're going shifting towards the right side. Anytime you see a minus, you're going to be shifting towards the left side. So let's start on our first number, which is 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to shift to the right 2 jumps, 1, 2. So now I am at 5, and I'm going to shift to the right 7 more jumps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the number that I'm at. We need to figure out what number that is. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 is the number that I'm at. Okay, moving down. Here's where you're going to be using your multiplication table. Now, again, if you don't need your multiplication table, this is chapter 1. You don't have to show me work for multiplication division, but this is where you use your multiplication table. For product, let's go ahead and highlight the word product. Product means multiplied. This means times. So that's one of the key words that we need to have memorized. Product means times, multiply. We're going to take a look at our symbols. We got negative and negative. Negative, negative means we are going to have a positive answer. Then we're going to multiply 4 and 8, so 4 times 8. Again, take a look at your multiplication table, and we get 32 as our answer. Let's try this again. Same or different? This is same. Both are negative. That means my answer is going to be positive. And then we're going to take a look at our multiplication table. 7 times 5 is 35. One more time, same or different. This one's negative, this one's positive, this is different. So we're going to have a negative answer. 3 times 10 is 30. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next page. All right, so fill in the missing term. For these questions here, what you're going to do is you're going to kind of do multiplication, but division at the same time. We're going to be finding the missing term here, and that's going to be our answer. It's going to be very similar to that of questions number 5, where we are dividing. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to check if these are the same or different symbols. And this is going to be same. So this section, even though yes, we are multiplying, this is times, I am going to be multiplying by a positive number. Then we're going to take a look at our multiplication table. I don't have one, unfortunately, with me, but take a look at your multiplication table. You're going to find 3 times what is 36. Now it's negative 3 and negative 36, but we already took care of that. 3 times what is 36, and that number is 12. Again, we're taking a look same or different. This is different. We have 13 that's positive, 26 that's negative, meaning my answer inside is going to be negative. And again, now we're going to ask 13. So find the number 13 on the side of your multiplication table and look at what times 13 is 26, and that is 2 for us. Same thing, same or different. These are both positive, so same. And again, 7 times what is 56? And that is 8. Okay, moving on to the next one, question number 5. Again, very similar to question number 4, we are going to ask the same questions, but now it's just going to look a little bit different. So same or different, this is same. 14 times what is 126? So 126 divided by 14, that gives us a 9. Make sure you're using your multiplication table. Same or different, these are same, so that means we're going to have a positive. Now I get 72 divided by 8, or 8 times what is 72, and that gives us 9. Same or different, these are same. And we get 108 divided by 9, and that gives me a positive 12. Okay, moving on. For question number 6, these are our order of operations. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, which is PEMDAS, shorthanded. First thing you're going to do is you're going to look at your parentheses. If there are parentheses, you must evaluate them first. So we're going to bring down the 7 minus, open, and we're going to say what 8 plus 3 is. You can use your counters for this. And that is 8, 9, 10, 11. You can also use your fingers. Then we have 7, take away 11. Or you can do, we have 7 positives and 11 negatives. Circle your 0 pairs. And we have our leftovers, which is our -4. Sometimes they don't give you parentheses, even though there's kind of secret parentheses. So if you take a look here at our numerator, which is the stuff on top of the fraction, there are secret parentheses around the 7 plus 1. So we want to do that first. Take care of that 7 plus 1 before we do anything with division. 7 plus 1 is 8. You can keep the parentheses if you want. You don't have to. And now we're doing a question number 5, which is same or different. And these are different. One is positive, one is negative. So that means my answer will be negative. 8 divided by 2, or 2 times what is 8, and that is 4. Here, yes, I do have parentheses. So we need to do these first. And here we have 3 minus. Be careful with this minuses. We got 12 on top. And we got 4 minus 2, which is 2. Now, order of operations, parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division. So we don't have any exponents, but we do have division. So next is this section right here that we have to take care of before we do anything about the 3 minus. So 12 divided by 2, both are positive. Oops, that's wrong. 3 minus. Again, 12 divided by 2, both are positive. We get positive 6. And again, we can do counters if you want. You can use your fingers. So we got 3 pluses, 1, 2, 3. And we got 6 minuses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 0 pairs. And we have a leftover of -3. Order of operation matters. You are going to be needing to do parentheses, multiplication, division, subtraction, and addition. We are not going to do anything with exponents yet. That's going to be in a different chapter. Okay, moving on to our last page. Here it's asking you to identify the terms, the variables, the coefficients, and constants. Let's go ahead and start with our terms. So a term is what you're going to circle that separates things with addition and subtraction. When you circle things, you got to take things with their symbol. So I'm going to try quickly to color code this for you. So my X's are going to be purple. My H's are going to be blue. My constants, my without any letter, are going to be this fuchsia color and reddish color, and my X's were purple. So notice how every single thing got its own bubble, got its own circle. Those are your terms. So when you write out your terms, you're going to copy everything down. So -3h, comma, -x, comma, +2, comma, -3x, comma, -4h, comma, -7, comma, plus x. Okay, commas are important because we are creating a list. We're not just copy paste, we are putting in the commas. Next, we are going to be talking about variables. Now, variables are our letters. So if we take a look at what letters we have a couple different letters. So I have an X, here. Oh, I have another X. And then I have a H. Okay, so for our variables, we are asking ourselves, well, what kind of different letters do I have? Sometimes you can have 1 letter, 2 letters, 8 letters, but right now we're just having actually 2 letters. We have an H, comma, and we have an X. Next, we have our coefficients. So let's look at our variables. And with our variables, we're going to go in front of our variables and write out those coefficients. So H has a -3. X has 1 negative or 1 minus. X has a -3. H has a -4. And X has 1 plus. And now the only thing that we didn't really talk about are our numbers without any letters, our numbers without anything attached. And those numbers are this +2 and this -7. So this +2 and -7 don't have any letters attached to them, and these are called constants. Okay, moving on. We are combining like terms. Now there's 3 questions increasing in complexity with level 1 versus level 2 here. Again, we are reviewing chapter 1, so you can use a chapter 2 method. So in these 2 examples, I will show you a chapter 1 method versus a chapter 2 method. Chapter 1, I asked you to draw lines, and I asked you to write out your like term. So here's 3. Here's a +2x. +2x gets its own line because it has an x. +7x has an x, so it goes with the 2. And -1 has no letter, so we go here. Next, we're going to go ahead and add subtract. So 3 minus 1 is 2. 7 plus 2 x's, 7, 8, 9. And then we would write our answer. Now, sometimes it's confusing on what do we put a plus or minus. So 7 and 2 positives is a positive. 3 minus 1 is a positive, so we have 9x plus 2. So this is a chapter 1 style where we drew the line and then added, subtracted, and then wrote our answer. A chapter 2 style would be taking my like terms with our symbols and drawing these little V shapes to combine them and then doing the math in your brain. So we would have -5 and 3 positives. We still have x, so -5, 3, that gives me a -2. And then here I have +5 plus 1. Again, we draw a little V section. And 5 plus 1, both positives, is 6. This is adding, subtracting with counters. So then we would write our answer. You can keep your answer as 6 minus 2x. Or you can write -2x plus 6. Both are okay and would be accepted. Okay, so drawing your lines like this is chapter 1. Drawing V shapes like this is a chapter 2 style. Okay, now for this one, I am going to use chapter 1. We are going to be combining like terms, but there's a lot of things going on with exponents, with constants, with a lot of different things. So let's go ahead and find our terms. I got a -2c squared. Almost forgot that squared. And I'm looking for another squared. So I have a 1c squared here. Next, I have a positive, trying to find different colors here, +5c, not squared, -4c, not squared. And then we have our constants of -7 and -9. We have -2c squared plus 1c squared. Remember, for combining like terms, if you see a letter, you keep the letter. So if our letter is c squared, we're going to keep c squared. If our letter is c, we're going to keep c. And if we don't have a letter, we don't have a letter. Next, we're going to go ahead and add and subtract. So -2 plus 1 is a -1. 5 minus 4 is a +1. And 7 negatives and 9 negatives. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 negatives. And we're going to write out our answer. So we get -1c squared plus 1c minus 16. This answer is okay, or you can simplify it. -c squared, so -1 plus 1c minus 16. Either one is okay. Okay, let's move on to question number 10. In question number 10, we are translating. This was the last section that we did in chapter 1. So you can take out your key terms worksheet. The product, we talked about product meaning multiplication. Then we have things like some number. Some number is our variable, that's our letter. We usually choose X for some number. And 7. 7, again, is just a number 7. So what we're doing is we're going to be multiplying the product, X and 7. This right here, go ahead and cross that out. This is format. So we always want the number first, then the letter, which then we get 7X. In chapter 1, if you did not give me the correct format, I did mark that wrong. Let's move on. We get 3 less. So we know what 3 is. 3 is just a number. We know what less means. Less is a minus. Then we have this word than. Then we have our symbol. We have some number. Again, you can use any number, meaning don't actually use a number. Some number means a letter, a variable, it's unknown. So let's use M for this one. It doesn't matter. Is needs to be translated. Is our equals. And then we have 24, which is just 24. Okay, let's write this wrong, and then let's fix it. 3 less some number is 24. Now again, this right here is wrong. And the reason it's wrong is because we have this than. Than switches the 3 and the M. So to fix it, we got M minus 3 is equal to 24. This is our answer. Remember, than switches the order. Okay, moving on. The quotient. Oh, there's a math word. Quotient. Quotient means division of. Okay, well, what are we dividing? 7 is a number. Then we have some number. Again, some number is just a variable, a letter. And we can call this whatever we want to call this. We use X, we use M. I don't know, let's use A. Is, remember, is needs to be translated. Is our equals. And then we have negative 35. That's just negative 35. So quotient, we're not actually using. So let's write this wrong, and then let's fix it. Quotient of 7a, that's wrong, is equal to negative 35. Another way I saw it written is quotient of 7a is equal to negative 35. This is wrong. And to write the actual answer, we're going to take this quotient line. This is our division line, okay? We are dividing 7 and some number, which is a, and that's going to be equal to that negative 35. This is our answer. All right, beautiful people. That is it for your review of Chapter 1. Reminder, Chapter 1 questions will be on the Chapter 2 exam in the form of extra credit. Thank you. Bye.